Santiago del Carmen Maria, the queen of crowning thoughts. I speak truth unapologetically. It's my
15.2 million layoffs, skyrocketing utility bills, 15 U.S. States are spiraling out of control in 2026. America is unraveling at the seams in early 2026, and the pain is hitting hardest in 15 states where mass layoffs are exploding. Utility bills are surging uncontrollably, and families are being crushed under the weight of corporate greed, economic chaos, and policy failures. We're not talking mild downturns. These regions are facing full-scale crises with job losses in the millions, energy costs doubling or tripling overnight, and everyday people pushed to the brink. Over 1.2 million job cuts were announced in 2025 alone, the highest since the pandemic outside major recessions, and early 2026 is already piling on thousands more from auto plants, logistics hubs, tech giants, and retail chains. Meanwhile, electricity and gas rates are climbing fast due to retiring plants. AI data center demand sucking up power, natural gas price spikes, and grid upgrades that utilities pass straight to consumers. The total announced layoffs since the tracking began have ballooned, with experts warning 2026 could mirror or exceed 2025 carnage as AI displaces roles, tariffs jack up costs, and companies slash to protect profits. December 2025 saw a dip to around 35,000 cuts, the lowest in months, but January filings from over 100 companies signal fresh waves, including Amazon, FedEx, GM extensions, and more. This isn't recovery, it's a deliberate squeeze on workers while executives cash in. Utility surges are the other killer blow. Electricity prices are projected to rise 4 to 18% in 2026 after jumping 5% plus in 2025, driven by wholesale capacity charges exploding, PJM's auction cent costs soaring, natural gas prices potentially doubling, extreme weather repairs, and fossil fuel dependence. Nearly every state faces hikes affecting over 100 million electric customers and 46 million gas users, with collective bill increases in the tens of billions by 2028. In PJM regions, including parts of 13 states, capacity costs alone could add hundreds to bills, turning affordable energy into a cruel joke. Here are 15 states where the combination of rampant layoffs and utility surges is pushing economies out of control. Families fleeing to cars, RVs, or relatives, businesses shuttering, and hope evaporating. California, tech and entertainment layoffs continue, hundreds of thousands YTD. With high unemployment around 5.5%, electricity rates are among the nation's highest, surging further from grid upgrades and demand. Michigan, auto sector bloodbath, GM cuts, suppliers folding, keeps unemployment elevated at 5.2%. Utility bills climb with Midwest energy volatility. Nevada, tourism and hospitality still reeling, unemployment at 5.3%. High summer demand spikes rates. New Jersey, logistics and pharma hits, unemployment 5.4%. PJM capacity charges are hammering bills in this region. Ohio, manufacturing and auto closures, GM, suppliers, unemployment rising. Energy costs soar from data centers and gas dependence. Texas, massive demand from data centers / AI pushes sales up 9% plus in 2026, but wholesale prices surge 8.5%. Layoffs in energy and retail add pressure. Pennsylvania, factory closures and logistics cuts. PJM-driven capacity hikes could add $300 plus to bills. Illinois, manufacturing and services layoffs. Utility proposals for multi-year increases hit hard. New York, tech and finance restructuring. Gas and electric hikes proposed, affecting millions. Florida, hurricane recovery costs drive utility spikes. Duke, Tampa Electric. Retail and construction layoffs. Georgia, logistics ups, Amazon and manufacturing cuts. Southeast demand growth fuels price rises. North Carolina, furniture and manufacturing declines. Energy costs climb with regional trends. Wisconsin, industrial goods and food processing layoffs. Alliant energy proposals add to burdens. Missouri natural gas utilities pushing $14.30 plus monthly hikes. Manufacturing and auto impacts. Virginia data center boom strains grid. PJM charges spike. Tech and government-related cuts. These 15 states exemplify the rigged system. Corporations announce billions in profits while axing jobs and passing costs to consumers. AI replaces workers, tariffs inflate everything, and utilities cry infrastructure to justify gouging. Families in these hotspots are living paycheck to paycheck, skipping heat, or moving into vehicles. The middle class is evaporating, replaced by desperation. This isn't inevitable. It's the result of unchecked corporate power and failed policies favoring the elite. Demand accountability. Stronger worker protections, real antitrust enforcement, affordable energy mandates, and bans on mass AI displacement without support. Organize, unionize, vote for change, and fight back before more states join this list. The system is breaking. It's time we force it to bend toward justice. Basic living is unaffordable in 2026. Americans broke, skipping meals, and drowning in debt. America in 2026 isn't a land of opportunity. It's a brutal grind where basic living has become a luxury most families can't touch. Wake up to the cold reality. Rents devouring half your income, groceries forcing you to choose between feeding the kids or paying the electric bill, healthcare premiums exploding while wages crawl. Surveys scream it loud. 92% of Americans slashed spending in 2025 on essentials like food and doctor visits, with only 12% saying their pay kept up with inflation, and a pathetic 17% able to cover basics and save a dime. Household debt smashed records at $18.59 trillion, credit cards alone at $1. $23 trillion and 27% have zero emergency savings. 60% couldn't handle a $1,000 surprise without crumbling. This isn't tightening your belt. It's survival mode, where 67% live paycheck to paycheck, up from 63% last year, and nearly 24% of households blow over 95% of income on necessities like housing, gas, utilities, and grub alone. The numbers don't lie, and they bury any myth of recovery. Inflation cooled to 2.7% year-over-year by late 2025, but essentials stayed savage. Food up 2.6% annually, with meats, eggs, coffee 19% spike, and beef 15% hammering carts. Grocery bills rose 32% since 2019, outpacing earnings growth at 29%. Food at home prices forecast to climb another 2.3 to 2.7% in 2026, away from home 3.3 to 3.9%. Families aren't eating less by choice. 2/3 switched to cheap crap or bought less altogether, with 74% of Black Americans, 71% Hispanics, and 72% women hit hardest. Half-rated savings for daily survival, 49% dipped into them just to breathe, and 24% piled on more debt. Payday loans and high-interest traps suck in the desperate, while 65% name everyday necessities as their top financial chokehold. Housing, a nightmare locking out generations. Rents up 50% since 2017. Owners' equivalent rent 28.2% higher since 2020. Shelter costs 3% yearly. Median home at $435,000 demands $113,000, $121,400 income. To keep payments under 30%, good luck when median household pulls $80,000, $84,000. Over 75% of homes unaffordable to typical buyers, fewer than 3 in 10 viable in big cities. Nearly 3/4 say local housing worsened, forcing 30% into cheaper digs or roommates. Urban Institute trackers show child care up 40%, health plans 41%, all racing past 38% earnings growth. Utilities crush harder, average $265 monthly, up 12% yearly, heating $995 this winter, 9.2% jump. Electricity 6.9%, natural gas 9.1%, overall energy 4.2%, wholesale power to $51/MWh, up 8.5%, blamed on AI data centers gulping juice like black holes. Add health, 30% skipped care or meds last year. Premiums for 250 million spiking way beyond 2.7% inflation, or 1.9 to 2.3% wage bumps. ACA plans doubling to $1,904 average without subsidies. Employer hikes 7%. Child care tops college tuition in 38 states at $13,000 plus yearly per kid, up 30% from 2020. Wages, a sick joke. Only 12% match inflation, growth at 21.8% since 2021 vs. 22.7% CPI, real hourly earnings down 0.7%. Lower income folks, 29% paycheck to paycheck, see slowest gains, while 53% overall can't cover 3 months unemployed. Working class twice as likely to skip meals/meds, fall behind bills, grab payday poison. Bank of America data, 24% households up 0.3% at 95% plus necessities spend. PNC, 67% paycheck trapped. Resume now, 40% say basics affordability worsened, 35% no better. This man-made hell, corporate gouging, stagnant pay, policy-gutting safety nets, leaves 70% calling local costs unaffordable, 65% saying life got worse yearly. Marist poll, 70% unaffordable for average family. Politico, 65% cost of living nightmare. Century Foundation, working class pulverized, expecting 82% rises ahead, 71% Republicans too. No savings buffer, 59% can't emergency proof, means one illness, layoff, or bill spike equals cars for homes, food pantries, debt spirals. Corporate greed thrives, profits record amid cuts, passing hikes while CEOs feast. Tariffs, shutdowns, expired aids jack prices, bananas, coffee, toys up, without wage relief. Bottom 60% can't hit minimal quality of life, gap doubling since 2001. Rants echo, first 2026 paychecks gutted by taxes, predictions of walking from jobs trading life for insecurity, blunt truth. Systems rigged for elites, robbing workers blind. Fight it, demand rent caps, wage hikes outpacing costs, utility regs, healthcare fixes, antitrust on gougers. Boycott overpricers, unionize, organize community aid, push pause for real change. Trackers like Urbans show crisis deepening, ignore spin, arm with facts. Basics unaffordable, not forever if we rage against the machine, follow so we can stay connected. Your support matters more than you know, and I appreciate every moment you give to listen. Your support is important to me, and it helps me a lot. It keeps me active, bringing you important information with your support and comments, likes and shares. Feel free to like, support, and subscribe. I will always provide content for you. I appreciate every support you give. Crowning Thoughts, True Speaker, copyright 2025 by Santiago D.C. Maria, licensed under Creative Commons Attribution. I love you all and I appreciate each of you. Stay blessed. Thank you for listening. Love always. Santiago D.C. Maria.